Welcome to today's edition of Mario Maker 1 All-Stars, our continuing effort to record as much as we can of notable makers and levels in the original Mario Maker before servers for the Wii U and the 3DS go down in a little over a month's time on the 8th of April. Today we're going to be looking at David, specifically David Pinkston, who, whoops, hit the wrong button there, because I was moving my gamepad. David Pinkston, who is somebody who was involved in all of the early editions of the Years of Mario Maker Anniversary projects, and that's how we came to know some of his levels. He also had a very limited presence in Maker 2, only a couple of levels in that profile, I think, and we've played them all at some point. But here we have quite a lengthy list to look at in Maker 1, which is where he made his name. And we're going to start right from the beginning, as we've been doing with every maker we've been featuring so far. And here, Frustration is going to be a Day 1 level on the 11th of September 2015 when the game launched. And judging by what I'm looking at here, it looks like he's one of the many makers who did in fact respect the Nintendo mandated slow unlock of the original Mario Maker toolset, palette by palette. We'll see what he did with such a minimal tile set as we begin his set. Frustration, you say? I guess the idea is that we need to work our way out of here with the use of the mushroom eventually. I guess we could explore a little bit just to see what's going on, but I think the idea is that we are required to take damage at each segment, and we have to race to the next mushroom after that. And then, yeah, this is what we were talking about, was that we do have to knock this out, and then lose it again. Simple format, and here we need to catch the next one, so hence the title. I guess we have a bit of a task that we need to do at each juncture to catch a mushroom and then immediately lose it. And here we'll have to do it in parts, and I think no, that's fine, we just need to make it over before we lose it. I wonder if there's an incentive to send it to the upper level. I guess if you send it to the upper level, potentially it falls into that trap that allows it to wait. So if you do knock it upstairs, perhaps you are in much better shape to actually make it across. Bit of a reach. We're used to that by now. Oh, I think we shouldn't bother. Let's just try to send it to the upper level. It'll be faster that way. Well, definitely something unique that you can do with almost no tools available. Then, there we go. Now let's see if we do in fact have to race it. Nope, we don't. Just as I thought. Yeah, no point to trying to race it down here. That looked like it wasn't going to be particularly viable. Then we'll just grab this and go. And probably lose it again, but oh, looks like we have quite a leap here. Should be the flag after this, I would think. Yeah. And that's it. Very focused concept for humble beginnings. Gold Mario's Fleet of Fortune. Yeah, some of these are very well liked right off the bat. As you can see, this one's in an easier bracket. It does come a little over 2 weeks after launch, so with a much fuller tool set unlocked by that point, I'm sure. So let's see what he does here with the airship theme. I think early on you could stick out quite well in Maker 1 just by being reasonably competent. Oh, Gold Mario, hence the Fleet of Fortune. There we go. This is the one that you basically play for high score if you want to come up here and grab everything you can. And yeah, it seems like it's kind of like a score chase level. Can't really do much with a cloud if it's auto-scroll, I think, but we can do this instead of bouncing. And not fall below if we can avoid it. Yeah, you can see why this would go over well in 100 Mario if people ran into it there. Anything reasonably competent was likely to get attention, and this is definitely that. Kind of like a bonus room of a level almost. We saw this in the middle of a larger run. Anyway, this is very clearly where you should send the shell. And yourself as well, as you can see, before you get crunched out the side. This being SMM1, we do need the correct facing direction for Divine. And we'll ride this over as much as we can and just grab what we can of the coin. Oh, actually, it's a very stable floor down below, so no risk up here, although you would need to jump. And this being Maker 1 is going to clip me to the top of the flag if we're within about a tile and a half of it. So, it'll be a nice clean landing on the flag, whereas it certainly looked like I was going to sail right over. Boxes in the sky. Well, it certainly looks like what the name suggests from the zoomed out view. Let's see how it is. Fuzzy beetles galore. And Oop goes up here. Yep, just one box after another. That was a little more stylish than I intended. And so is that, for that matter. Anyways, pointing everywhere. I suppose it's saying that I can come down here for a power-up, and perhaps we get some... Oh, it's not flight, it's just a vine. Can't quite see the floor to see whether any of these are safe. But in terms of whether there's ground below... Notice that the shells actually can knock out the spiny projectiles, which I'm sure is something we knew, but always good to see that confirmed. Anyway, let's take it down here. I feel like that in itself is a kind of underused mechanic in terms of not being something that we've seen people take care of, take advantage of in a very specified fashion. The fact that you can push through projectiles with the shell. Anyway, one up down here, but we should go back upstairs when we're able. It's a little bit claustrophobic here, but we somehow miraculously made it so far, which I'm sure is a sign of trouble to come. And here's the goal, and we're actually going to hit it accurately. It's a goal that is a little bit protected on the left side, but not completely. And Mario, welcome. We're here back in the earliest weeks of the game in October 2015. And we'll see how things develop in complexity. Pruning plants in Piranha Plains. Don't know what it is about people in Mario Maker and just a preponderance of alliteration that goes on. I guess Nintendo does it themselves in terms of naming scheme, and so does make everything a little bit punchy. Memorable in its own way. Yeah, so you prune the plants, that's what you do. And sure, why not? Oh, should have gone this way, actually. You know what? We can still keep that shell. If we don't die to it first, which I kind of saw that coming. Yeah, I don't need to kill everything if we don't want to. I have to get used to the Wii U gamepad jump input here after a few days off. It's always a slightly different response to it than in Maker 2. I was wondering if it was just me, but apparently it isn't. We're just rusty mechanically. Let's totally get ourselves into trouble here. Just gotta die on the easy stuff for a little bit before you really make it through. Anyway. That's a little bit better. That's a lot better, actually. You kind of need that in order to get past these obstacles. You can just take the P-switch, because why wouldn't I? Oh, because you'd have to drop all of these guys and go up above. And then, if you drop all of them, I think you'd want to wait for the P-switch to expire to have the steps again. That's what I was assuming. I mean, you can clear those with the shells. Maybe we should take it with us just in case. Just assume that we're going to need it. Oh, whoops. We could have just written down on top, too. If we really wanted to simplify things for ourselves just a little bit here. Open the gates. Yeah, I wouldn't want to hit this prematurely. And we'll just let this expire. Do the same thing we did before and take the shell. I think the shell wake-ups actually reset on pickup in Maker 1. I thought that was the case anyway. Because I know that had come up with some other level that I'd done previously in this set a couple weeks ago. Anyway, more shells. Pretty clearly has to be done like this. And then we have a reset door, probably because we'll need shells. And displacing things over here to have just the right gate arrangement, perhaps. Why would you? Well, we'll see what that's all about in just a moment. Let's come over here first. I guess, yeah, this curtain just is a return curtain for if you have some trouble up above. That's something we should keep in mind. So, yeah, probably we need to just clear ourselves a passage here, and then... Ah, yes, because you can go through that afterwards. So, we... I mean, you can hit them as many times as you want, really. It's just, yeah, we can just wait until things are lowered into a convenient position for running, so we don't have to jump up towards that spike. Okay, there we go. A little precision line up there. Oh, need another one. Since we didn't follow that quickly enough. That's alright, we've got time. And that's it down here, except for these guys, which we'll just need to jump around. Carnivore Conveyor Caravan. Now, who's the carnivore here? Is it just that the Pletzer carnivores, or is it somebody else entirely? I think it is that the plants are carnivorous. I think that's the idea here. They eat plumbers for breakfast. And prefer them roasted. Anyway. Yeah, and I suppose the conveyors are here part of that tank tread effect as well. As we make it further down the caravan and up the smokestack in this auto-scroller. Yeah, that just lets me hop up here and go around everything else. As those are dispensed one at a time. Oh. Miscalculated that slightly. Oh, we should have actually wound up down below. And here we go. Feel like I earned that yay. Notice that down below there is a return platform that allows a gentle reset. And we just need to follow the conveyor speed here, I think, and everything will be just fine. Here as well, everything will be just fine, except we're going to miss a cloud, and alright, that's too bad. That's alright. I mean, I guess it would have allowed me to park myself in a cloud, but we can look at the main screen to see if there was anything in the top right corner, probably. Some coins or something else. Crouching Plumber Hidden Vines. And what do we have here? Mushroom. As well wait for this one here. Or we could have done a spin off of it, but... Okay, nobody that I can see. Oh, I see. Crouching Plumber. That's exactly it. That you just... Well, I mean, unless you're taking damage at that point, you are expected to slide in to everything that takes you up here to Point Heaven or thereabouts. Oh, didn't expect this guy. Thought it was an entry pipe. That's alright. And I'm sure this is a vine here. In fact, the flag there kind of fakes you out for that expectation. Interesting that it's a checkpoint flag that would be used exclusively for the clear check, but isn't actually accessible to anybody else. We've rarely ever seen that, actually, as a use of the checkpoint flag. But then checkpoint flags allow a lot more overlaps in Maker 1 as well, which makes a couple of things like that possible in various configurations. Yeah, here's another one. Nothing if not consistent. Oops. Oh, and that's a goal already. Okay. Great. And document, welcome. Pretty early on in this set, which you had mentioned to me a couple of streams ago. And be minutes lurking while you play Final Fantasy 16. Do enjoy that. I suppose you don't have the patience to count all the way up to 16 before streaming that first, given how you've been running through a lot of the older Final Fantasies on stream. But either way, have a great time. Galoombas will get you there. Oh, I totally forgot to activate the course IDs on the screen. In case we need to note anything after the fact. Not that course IDs will be accessible anymore in a month's time. But occasionally I found that I have gone through some of my videos to grab codes for people, so much easier than having to pop the Wii U up every time now that there's no more bookmark site. Anyway, Galoombas will get you there. Will they now? B-Minutes, I don't actually have a YouTube channel. Well, I mean, not on this identity anyway. I actually have a YouTube channel that was from, like, first generation YouTube. I mean, like, you know, the first year or two of YouTube that had nothing to do with video games. I probably should have kept up with it metrically. I would be doing quite well by now, if I had. Yeah, I have a YouTube account that I use just to put playtesting videos privately for people, because occasionally I've had to do some private uploads for people in Maker, but yeah, document, that must have been pretty early. You remember David Pinkston levels is typically experimenting on a concept. Yeah, this is very early. But even from the first level, like from the day one level, you know, there were some pretty focused conceptual elements to it. B-Minutes, was it Shakespeare? No, the YouTube was actually jazz piano. And at the time it wasn't very good. But it was a learning process, you know. I should probably reactivate the old channel and actually put things there with my current level of play, which is much more refined. But yeah, I actually had one of the very earliest jazz piano channels on YouTube, actually, for a time, and it got a surprising number of hits, especially when it was doing some video game music on it back in the day. Because, you know, back then it was a much smaller field. There were people who were doing it, but not very many, and I didn't exactly do high-quality recordings or anything, but... Oh, okay, Galoombas. Yeah, we need these guys to help us out a bit here. I think we need to bounce them with good timing. Okay. I wasn't even watching this concept at all. Yeah, we need to bounce them back, probably. Like this. There we go. That's it. And then we need to make sure we time it such that we can bounce each of them in succession. Yeah, bounce them at each location in succession, rather. It's okay to overshoot slightly at first when they're bouncing back like that, but then we need to anticipate after that, and then send them in a clown car. And then, oh! No such luck on that question block. I think I actually need to go down there myself. Probably. And we'll do that, but let's grab the shroom first. It's starting to get more conceptual. Oh yeah, for sure. But you could tell pretty early on, too, that there was always interest in some kind of structuring idea. Maybe you are supposed to... that doesn't make sense. No, you just need to drop through. Yeah. So you actually do need to lower the Goomba first, or rather drop the Goomba to get up, which is kind of a nice touch. And... oh, not so much. And here we go. I guess if you take a mushroom, you can kind of damage boost through it, but then you would still need the clown car down there. So possibly what you could do is you take the mushroom, and then you hit the reset door, and you lead the Goomba over again, and then you drop down towards it at that point. Feels like it's the way to go, and considering that there's also no other passage here for me. Yeah, I think that's it, is that you have to have the clown car available, but then you drop down there yourself as Mario. We'll see if it does anything for me. I mean, I have no idea what that even gets you, really. I didn't check the date on this level to see if there were key doors yet, and I don't think there were. This is still 2015, so... thing to look at over there. And what even was the exit in this area? I didn't even look at that at any point. Oh, yeah, here we are. No, here we aren't. Here we are? No, here we aren't. Where was I even going, then? It's leading the way. We got the one-up. Got the clown car. Possibly we have to take this... no, we have to take it back with us. That's what it is. Yeah, we didn't check the last room. I think we have to take it back with us. I completely forgot that this was just in the same level as this area over here. Yeah. Oh, or maybe that was just for the one-up, like that entire sequence. Just a one-up bonus room. I don't know about that, though. I think... if you had the mushroom here, which you could only get one, so it's probably not something required. Oh no, you just toss the Goomba over here and you spin on it. I think that's all there is. Yeah, you're supposed to escort the Goomba all the way back out, hence the presence of the checkpoint. But then why couldn't you just bop it over here and pick up across the one-way panel, which is, again, make a 1, allows you to do that. And then you can just skip that. At the expense of not having the mushroom. Yeah, that's just make a one-way panels for you. That's going to happen from time to time. Okay. And there we go. Yeah, pretty sure the intended design there was to actually escort the Goomba all the way back. Or at least obtain it and carry it back. But the one-way panel there was something that I think people had to get used to. And gradually discover that they had to work around as makers. Busybody buddies. Busybody buzzies, rather. Say that several times fast. Okay. Oh, there we go. And what do we have over here? Oh. I guess we should go down. And... okay, sure. This one's gonna wake up on me if I'm not careful. And we'll just let everything get destroyed gradually. But then why wouldn't I just... oh, that's why I wouldn't. Okay. I was thinking, oh, maybe you're supposed to hit something critical in that block, and that maybe I had a way to shortcut that, but I think that is just supposed to be a safe zone. And we totally didn't read it that way. I also didn't get a very good deflection on that shell. That's alright. Oh, let's try to soft drop that. Like that. There we go. And again, yeah, I don't want to bounce this one back just yet. And gradually, I see, yeah, that we do want to send some of these down. I guess we discovered the one up. Not that it helped me very much here. And we want to obtain a shell to punch through the piranhas over there at this point. There we go. And then, oh, and a little better there. Oh, and when you got within range for the upper buzzies too, we totally didn't make use of that. That was probably something that could have been helpful here, yeah. We just gradually work your way through. And I suppose you had to send one over this way, and you just kind of follow it through. I'm sure that's what's going on. Send it over, and then the piranhas would kindly stand out of the way, hit the POW, and that's all done. So now we let's try to send these down, and some of them will deflect along the way, but then that'll be plenty enough to work with. Yeah, just need to stand at a good location, and everything else will gradually take care of itself. I suppose if we captured a shell here, we could have gone up. Maybe this is a little bonus segment. It is a little bonus segment, I bet. Oh. And then we would need to send this down. But only if we should jump on this. Or not. Okay, we can just take this checkpoint instead. Alright. Then this goes down, and then, oh yes, we need to capture it. But then we need the P-switch to be active while that happens, because we have a limited amount of time. Let's start with the P-switch, then go to the shell. And then, oh. Then maintain that. Hang on. I want to get ahead of it slightly. Oh, missed a jump. That's okay, we're right at checkpoint. And yeah, let's just maintain the P-switch as much as possible for safety. I think in general we do want to get ahead though of the shell. And just trying to find the right position for this. Nope. That's why it's checkpointed. Maybe there's... you know what, we should just bump a shell and... Yeah, much better. Why not do it the sensible way? Because when do we ever? Ah, yeah, so the previous pipe that we didn't check was actually just a checkpoint that was available there in that segment. I see, if the P-switch is still available at this point, then we get to reactivate the P-switch again. But then we can just grab one shell for this here. Or we just do that whole segment quicker, maybe? No, I don't think this P-switch will last that long, but we'll... You know what, let's do this again. Oh, hence the arrow. The arrow is actually encouraging you to hit from below to punch it. If only we read instructions. Okay. Hang on. Do it again. Nope. Nope. Yeah, not dying to the P-switch expiry is one of the more important things here. Let's do this again. There we go. Follow it over. And then, with this P-switch still active, we can hit this P-switch, and it allows you to speed across here. I see. So it's just a little bit of a skip there. If you have the P-switch to help you. And then now you need to find the window of opportunity to get across. I suppose we missed the opportunity to... Oh, that's okay. Wonder if there is anything up there. I think it's just a spot for the shell to drop, though. You never know. Okay, Billy's Circus takes a detour. And it says not me, but we'll find out why exactly that might be the case. "100 seconds for Lucas here to take a detour. I wonder how time sensitive this actually is by the end of it. Not me. I feel like there's maybe a reference here I don't get, but... Oh, no, okay, you need a boot here. Yeah, it looks like it. Possibly. Neon Raid. Welcome, Neon. I don't know why the notification didn't show up. But... Yeah, my various widgets in my stream have been failing like crazy. Like, we had a problem with my Qbot, we had a problem with the stream notifications, I think, for raids and follows coming in. But anyway, you raided. Thank you so much. It's going great. We've just gotten started, really. Haven't been on very long. Ah, yeah, totally boots. Thought it was. And... oh, yeah, we needed to bounce on some of this. Well, now we're in a bit of trouble. Because we don't have anything to kick here. Oh, yes we do. We got this shell. But it might not be at the appropriate height. Oh, and we lost it. Okay. Never mind. I guess, yeah, we need to spawn a vine over here. And oh. Yeah, this being SMM1 is just never going to hit, is it? Yes, it is. 51. You did see the notification, heard the noise. Okay, yeah, it's just something locally on my end then. At least it's working on stream. Thanks for confirming that. And yeah, Neon Nightmare, I hope things are going well with Alice Madness Returns. Oh, wasn't that long-delayed sequel to American McGee's Alice from the 90s? Like, I kind of remember that Alice Returns existed, or Madness Returns existed, but I just kind of totally lost track of it after it released. And yes, I made it to church. Right in time for the service. Now, here's the juggler. Yeah, you never know with a lot of those 90s PC games which ones are still actually available on, what, GOG or whatever. Or on Steam if they've had re-releases there, but I think it's hit and miss with a lot of things that used to have a big presence back then. Oh, the juggler. I kind of get the sense that we need to juggle like this. And possibly even both. But we'll see. Let's see how this goes. Nope. Yeah. Just going into this blindly, I just kind of suspect that we need to send the flower over. Oh, no, I guess not. Yeah, well, let's get ahead here, because it looks like here we need to... Yeah, this is what it is. We need the flower to land over here. The reason is that we need a flower to do this, but we need the leaf to get through this. And this is why there's all this death over here. You only need to send flower over, but you do need to do so accurately. And you can always come back here to do it again if you haven't gotten it done by the one-way panel. Yeah, the Neon Nightmare, everything on the Wii U and 3DS, in terms of online services, is shutting down. I think you can still re-download old purchases from the shop and patch games and so on, but in terms of the actual connectivity that's in-game, all of that is going to be offline in April. So obviously, Maker 1 is the game that's probably most affected by this, unless you're one of the people still playing Splatoon 1. And in fact, both Splatoon 1 and Mario Kart 8, I think, already had very lengthy periods of downtime in the last year or two on Wii U for people who are still stuck there. And they did restore them eventually. They had a patch that fixed that stuff about 5 or 6 months after it was acknowledged it was a problem, but, you know, at that point, I think there wasn't too much of a community to speak of. But yeah, Maker 1 looks to be the main thing that will be lost. And that's why we're trying to get as much done as we can. Currently there's a group of other streamers and players called Team 0% that's been trying to make sure every remaining Maker 1 level does have a clear before the server shut down. And they're doing very well. They're going to finish this week. Right now I think they're at about 150 remaining. And so I think they are actually on pace to get it done sometime this week. So, you know, if you follow Maker 1 this week specifically, it's exciting times. Mr. All Games All Day, or Magad, as we should say. I totally forgot about Xenoblade X Online, in spite of the fact that I think most of my Wii U friends list are people I added once for Xenoblade X, and I have no idea who most of them are now. I just remember I like totally populated my list with Xenoblade X people at some point, and completely lost touch with them afterwards. Oops. But yeah, Team 0%'s been really cranking away at it. Most of the people who are streaming Maker 1 at this point are the people streaming the 0% clears, in fact. I think they were at about, what, 220 remaining or something over the weekend, and now they're already down to about 150, so... It'll be interesting to see what the last holdouts will be. Yeah, I never really used the online functionality that much in Xenoblade X, actually. I played it to the ending. I played it about 100 hours in, and I still feel like I barely understand it mechanically. Well, that was years ago. I still need to play Xenoblade 3's Future Redeemed, in fact. It's something I've been putting off for over a year. And it's short enough that it might even be streamable, but we'll see. Yeah, there are some people who have been doing a little bit of 100 Men in some fashion, I think. I know Old Wolf was doing it, I think Feeney and maybe Roru were doing it, but of course, like, most of the attention is on 0%, as it should be if people, you know, have the technique to do it. We were better in the early attempts than this attempt here, let's see. And Dr. Cliché, yeah, you're saying many of the remaining levels took the uploaders dozens, even hundreds of hours to upload, so the true 0% task has only just begun. Yeah. It actually reminded me, I remember the situation with the Change Hump Brayden level was that he said something prior to the upload shutdown in 2021 that apparently the level exists on the servers and was live, and that he had like some kind of maybe tool assisted or clear or some other method to actually get it on live servers. You know, the Change Hump Brayden Trials of Death or whatever. never saw any follow-up to that after he actually kind of got the offline clear a couple of years later, so. But yeah, I saw that Aura has been on it on stream regularly, which is great to see because, you know, he really is who should be working on that. I know the Beast has been working on it for the last couple of weeks, and the Z7 as well, yeah. So, oh yeah, item juggling. Let's juggle the flower. I think we need to reset this one. The level doesn't exist as far as, you know. Yeah, exactly, Dr. Cliché. I was thinking, you know, looking through the 0% database, I think that was never actually really the case. Like, maybe he got it on one of the Simu backup databases or something, but... Because I was thinking at the time when, whoops, Brayden was claiming that there was some kind of live upload of it, I was thinking, like, the only way that's possible is if he's got some, you know, tool assist run on a hidden account, but then people would have picked up on that, right? So... Yeah, the thing about the Fen services and such, and this goes for Open Course World in Maker 2 as well as Pretendo in Maker 1, is that I think... Now, obviously one thing that people were watching pretty attentively this week was what was going on with the Yuzu emulator lawsuit that was settled out of court. And just breathing a sigh of relief that the other emulators that people are dependent on for things like Mario Maker backups don't seem to be affected, because it seemed like the lawsuit was specific to something that the Yuzu people were doing in terms of monetization. But I believe Open Course World in Maker 2, which is where a lot of the troll levels and glitch uploads have been happening, was designed to work with Ryuji Simulator Switch, which is still unaffected as far as I know. And yeah, we need to just whip this stuff. That's fine. And then, is that okay? I think that's okay. Oh, except we can't fly here anymore, so... I think we need to sneak through that and fly it, yeah. And I think Simu for Wii U is still unaffected. Citra for 3DS is coming now, because Citra was developed by the Yuzu people, so... 3DS emulation, and by extension, you know, a whole lot of the viability of any kind of 3DS streaming or 3DS modding is very much dead in the water right now, because like basically Citra was the only 3DS emulator that was in active use. Whip this properly here. Oh, no, that's gonna be death. There's gotta be a more elegant way to do it. I think you need to whip a second leaf there. I think that's what has to happen. I think I want to whip a second leaf into place, so it's okay if I grab the flowers. That's the only thing I can see happening here. Given that you are given a leaf. Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. That's surprisingly well protected. That little flower gate over here, in terms of, you know, making sure the player actually does read this interaction. It's pretty well put together. For something so simple. Oh, we could have gotten it that time. Then, hopefully we can reach. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, it's not a higher ceiling, it's just a juggle interaction. And it forces that really well, I think. It looks very much intended to me that you should be sending a leaf up there. It's a juggle level, right? It seems like it's specifically trying to teach you that. You whip your leaf back and forth. You whip your leaf back and forth. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I'm aware that the Pretendo people have already gotten their kind of replacement Miiverse up and running. I've been told that, so basically a couple years ago, people who were on the Simu emulator side, they did some kind of big archival level dump of Maker 1, but I think they did it before the level uploads were kind of completely closed down in 2021, and there was maybe some kind of like update they needed to do for that, so I'm not sure if that was actually up to date. But from what I'm told, That's like they basically have the level data sitting around one place, and they have the people working on Pretendo in a different place, and they still have to figure out how to plug the two into each other eventually, I think, to see how the Maker1 archive can actually be accessed in-game, given that, you know, you don't have all these profiles in the account system and everything attached to it. So I don't know anything about the technical side of what's going on there. I just know that that's currently the case, is that like the level data exists somewhere, but it's uncertain if the Maker1 implementation in Pretendo will actually be able to access it, or if things just have to be uploaded from scratch. And yeah, Mr. All Games All Day, Donkey 3YMM level soon. Well, don't be too proud of that technological terror he's constructed. They did dump after the close, you're saying, and it's all there and it just needs to be uploaded. Yeah. Yeah, it's plugging one thing into the other thing somehow. But Paratrooper Survival Hop, let's see it. I remember I quite enjoyed your 3YMM level, actually. So there's some kind of P-switch activation that's going on here, right? Where, yeah, I bet there's a P that you get into position for, and then you have to survive 10 seconds, maybe? That's absolutely it. That's absolutely it. It's funny, because in Maker 2, I've seen variations on this concept where you have to shell jump until the P-switch expires. And luckily, we're not doing that. There we go. No, a little out of position. We know that it's going to be 3 hops between shells. And you've been talking to a couple of people on Pretendo, and it seems like they can get it up. That's good news. Whoops. And there we go. And yeah, I don't know if you've already gotten partway through the 3YMM set yet, but there are definitely some real treats in there. And a lot for you to look forward to. Whoops. Had a moment's hesitation there while I was correcting around that one in the middle. Yeah, so it looks like there's a sort of thwomp activation up above, and then... Whoops. So, document... so what it is that you have to install a homebrew launcher on your Wii U, which basically tricks your Wii U into connecting to Pretendo servers every time it would normally connect to the Nintendo servers, which of course is something that is no longer going to happen in a month's time, and would just give you an error. So basically it's a server redirect that happens in the Wii U, and their servers are set up so that they have like a replacement mirrors and a bunch of replacement online services for the various games that have been implemented. How that will work in terms of any kind of a counter profile system, I have no idea. Which would kind of also affect the existing level database, I think. But the idea behind it is that you connect to a smooth server, I believe. It does require homebrew, but that's the only thing. I mean, you know, for people who are serious enough about their Wii U's to still have one at this point and look into online content, but shouldn't be too much of an obstacle. Yeah, you say you've got about 10 left. I don't know if you... Yeah, I don't remember exactly where Document's level was in the sequence in 3YMM, but... Yeah, because StreamYM, if you look at the upload dates, you'll see that it's quite spread out. That there were a couple of them that were kind of several months down the line as they were approaching the launch of Maker 2, because it was rolled out pretty slowly. In fact, each of the original YMM projects, so far as I could determine, was kind of rolled out at a slightly different pace every time. And then in Maker 2, they kind of settled on the weekly batch release thing. Okay, finally got it. Yeah, you believe Pretendo only works on Aroma, which you can install super easily. Yeah, it's something we'll look into eventually. But, for now, Chain Chomp Chateau. Oh, whoops. That was a tighter collision than I expected. Ah, curious. Oddly close to some of the pendulum levels from Nintendo themselves. I'm thinking of the last one in... I want to say SMM1, which is a special world pendulum level that I do recall. Oops. Okay, yeah, you just need to run it here. And then skip around that guy. Whoops, bad idea. Whoops. And then, here we go. Yeah, I guess you could theoretically just spin off this guy, but why would we? Oh, okay, almost made it. Oh well. Oh, I guess you could spin off of these. Oh. That was a little bit close. That's okay, checkpoint. Oh, I guess this was actually kind of the preferred path down here, that if you want to go for the one-up. Yeah, and they do alternate directions. And then we just take advantage of that property to go ahead over here. Oh. So there is a lower route and an upper route. The upper route, I think, just gives you access to these pressure blocks over here, which is just going to be a one-up. I suppose we can try to go for that. Anything? Didn't actually see what was up there. Oh well. If it didn't come down, it's probably a flower. Oh, I suppose we're supposed to unchain him and just let him go. Oh, bad idea. That's okay. Yoshi. Now we hop. And totally have no capacity for wall jump. This is SMB, of course. We did technically have the ability to ground pound onto stumps and get rid of these guys, but we'll just go around. Alright, I guess we'll stomp like that. Good. Oh, that's too bad. We should have, yeah, not lost a propeller there. You can see him get more focused on conceptualizing. Yeah. I can see that for sure. Well, speaking of which, oh, checkpoint over there. Okay, a bit of an earned checkpoint. I quite like that. Of course, you would respawn without the Yoshi, I think. So. And yeah, you're supposed to ground pound this one. And let it go. Or do you have to... I mean, I guess if you need some to spin on top of it over lava or something, which we currently can't see. And then maybe drop these gates as you go. Yeah. I think... Let's do it. Just in case. Then we follow it down. Oh, okay. We're not supposed to do that. We reset through here. Okay, P-switch expires. And then P-switch gives you a bridge. What is this all about? Yeah, okay, it just sends you back to the Yoshi point. That's alright. So yeah, I'm supposed to send the chomp down, but then... That just... Oh, I see. Yeah, because it drops the blasters. Using the P-switch. So we're supposed to activate the P-switch with it, but we're not supposed to go there ourselves. That's something that should be a little clearer to me now. Alright, let's not do that.
Oh, no.
Okay, so... Oh, okay, yeah, because we should have let the swamp just do its work, and we would have gotten the power-up accordingly. That's it. Totally overcomplicated that, but nice little level to give us a return path, in case we did just drop to the left, the way I did. In defiance of all the sound effects telling me no. I guess that's what happens when there's no bumper in the game yet. I mean, if there were bumpers in the game, that's, you know, the most obvious place for a bumper. But I believe this was still before that patch. Because I guess that's why, you know, we see gates like that controlled in a different way now. Let's keep going. Troopa Trampoline Trials. Let's expect plenty of bouncing. Thank you for the GGs once again. Okay, yeah, I suppose we bounce it over and... Oh, that did not go anywhere I expected. Okay, yeah, I see. So you bounce them. And this will eventually be a bit more time sensitive perhaps, but... Yeah, because you do need that available there. And then, oh, and then this is time sensitive, yeah, okay. That's a reset. Okay. And just bouncing over one spot at a time. Oh, missed. And Netcat will download all the levels and never leave the Mario bunker. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I've been doing. Unfortunately, only room for 120 levels in the Maker 1 core spot. I don't know much I want to keep for myself in terms of my own content in Maker 1, because I didn't make anything good in Maker 1, really. I didn't even make very much in Maker 1, so I don't really have a lot of slots that I need to preserve, but I'll definitely be grabbing, you know, about 100 levels or so that I want to keep, whether it's to look at mechanisms or replay things that I like, or work on hard mode routes and levels where I still have some unfinished business, anything like that. Still missing. I mean, you know, if you really want to keep yourself busy for a while, oh, okay, didn't think I'd bounce this guy all the way here. You could always grab all 100 of Barb's uploads or something and work on them over several years. Oh, yeah, we forgot to load this thing. But if you load him after the Koopa is already here, does that... Okay, no, it's fine. Nope, I'm still late every time. Let's adjust around that. Yeah, there are some makers that I will definitely not have time to see completely. Okay. I mean, there are tons of makers I'll just not get time to see at all, but definitely some makers that I... Whoa. I feel like there's something I'm missing about this. Am I supposed to just go up there myself? I think I am. And then... Let me scroll up here to see what's going on. Yeah, no, we just kick it down here. What am I doing? We just kick it down here. And we'll have to reset that one, possibly with a pipe? I don't know. Oh no, he's runs with a pipe. Oh, wrong way. We need to redo it. Okay. That's why you kick it out first. Anyway, let's go back here. But yeah, there's so much in this game just not recreatable in Maker 2, so in some ways that's kind of a priority. So yeah, I actually do want to bump this one down, perhaps, and send him over like this. Is it gonna come down? No. And yeah, maybe bump him up against the wall here to really knock him down this way. There we go. That's much better. That's more like it. So this one will need a punch. Oh, no, missed it. That's okay. It'll spawn another. Yes, it will. And then give it some height. There we go. And kick it over. Checkpoint plus mushroom check, as usual. Now it's time to bump the shells. Well, okay. Nope. And gradually cut away at one of these walls. I don't know if it won't matter too much which one, but... Because you're through here... I see that you kind of need access to everything, maybe. Then what comes down here? So you can go through the bottom passage, but then that only takes you up to Koopa's, and then yeah, I think you actually do need to go. Maybe. Well, let's just watch everything first and see what it's all about. Okay, so that gives you flowers, but then why wouldn't it have despawning issues if you're going all the way back and around here? Let's say you're going back up to this point. I think it would need a flower to be loaded in a location that is accessible to me. Let's go back here. So yeah, it's clear to me that we actually do need to open up all three gates. Whoops. And just kind of wrap around each of them. We do clearly need all three. Oh. That means we do every firing angle. And if we need to reset the room while keeping our progress on bricks, then we just go through the pipe. tucked right against the corner here. Nope. Do it again. There we go. Okay, let's see. Because if we're up top, we do have to deal with the piranhas. I don't know if the sequence here matters in terms of what's getting loaded. Oh yeah, I bet the POW needs to be loaded into place such that the swamp hits it and then the piranha plants are gone. There we go. And then now we can... do we want to grab a flower now, or... Oh no, because it's behind the one-way panels we do need to load them, so yeah, we will do that. And then we do need to drop in through the top. And everything will remain in place. And now we need to send a shell over to break those by going back. That's fine. Oh, whoops. Let's try to head back. Yeah, that's what the bottom segment was for. We didn't really know that previously. Now we do. That does mean we might have some potential issues here. No, we're fine. So we have to send them up and break some things. Okay, that'll work. Now back up to the top we go. Can we actually just get through here? With difficulty, perhaps. There we go. And with the fire flower, we're able to deal with everything up here. And I guess we'll proceed this way. Checkpoints. Now, I guess we need to bounce on each of those. What are these question blocks all about, I wonder? Well, let's see. I mean, I was wondering. I guess maybe this is a reset of some sort. Oh, well, actually, we don't know where this door is matched. Let's check it. And here, it shows you where the flagpole is, because it shows you that eventually a shell kick will need to happen down here. Alright. In that case, let's just get over here. Probably follow one of these down. And then it does land accurately down here. Oh, and then we touch this. That is not a mine. Okay. Well, now we know. Well, that was a good way to check, I suppose. But, nope. I'm gonna take a little bit of work here. Unless there's some kind of critical interaction we're missing. Oh. We should actually maybe line up using that. I feel like we're likely going to take some kind of death here. Nope. It's funny because if I had landed it, that would have been fine. That's okay. That's what this checkpoint's for. Let's check some of these question blocks. Fire flower. Okay, that'll work. And of course, that'll work on those SMM1 shell jumps. we'll just leave this over. Nope. That's okay. Probably should approach it from the bottom instead of from all the way up here, but... And nope. And then also nope. Wow, okay. That was a spectacular dive right there. Anyway, let's see this come down. Oh, sure, we'll tuck ourselves under. And no, we're late on that. This is a tricky thing to hit. I feel like we're supposed to maybe kind of line up in that block. But, whoops, we're just gonna make a big mess of this. Like, line up in this block and then drop this way as something is coming down. Nope. Well, this could take a bit of work. But... And then, nope, not even close. Yeah, we kind of need to curve down below that block. That's the only thing I can see happening here. Nope. Let's wait for this one. Nope. And nope. There must be something I'm missing about how to do this, but... We'll... see. Yeah, it's actually harder while tall. We should crouch jump it, but... There we go. Just one tweak that was required. Anyway, we made it. Well, it's still deep in 2015. And here's Wigglers on Shrooms. Okay, let's add this. I mean, that's what it is. It's Wiggles and Shrooms. Exactly what it says on the tin. These coins here seem to indicate to me that it's probably something worth checking here. Alright. Whoops, totally missed that. And just a one up in this room, plus a shroom here. Works for me, I guess. Although, maybe we're not in the best position to get that. Yeah. No. Let's get it. Seems like it's a little bit difficult to sneak in there when they're tall anyway, so... Well, this is telling me something up here. Probably that I do need to send a Wiggler up to that location. Lead it over. Do that. Look at that. And some big wiggling going on here. And I guess we do need to jump here. Anyway, this is going to go up. And back down here. We do need to preserve a Wiggler at this point. Oh, no we don't. But we do need to stay alive over here. Oh. We should, of course, try to enter that pipe. Just to see what this is. Checkpoint to this location. I do like how in a lot of these levels that you have checkpoints that are optional but have to be earned. Seems like even in a lot of the easier traditional levels, this is something that is a recurring feature of some of these designs. I do kind of prefer it this way, so... Oh, I guess we could just block that guy and then that'll create this situation here where we need the Wiggler in this location and then... Oh. I have to watch my head here, but Propeller will help substantially, I think.
Oh yeah, Mario time!
Alright, let's keep the clears coming. Beneath the planet of the moles. N. That'll be a nice way of reaching that. Whoop. Missed it. That's okay. I'm sure there was some reason I wanted to kick this around, but that's okay. We'll take it this way instead. Yeah, a lot of this is optional, which is perfectly fine. Oh! I was trying to jump off of that corner there. That was not well aimed. Anyway. Let's just have another go at this one. Might as well send this flying, and that's just more fire flowers, that's fine. I guess the POW would be helpful if we had managed to get up there. Kind of need to bounce around for that, or possibly even up and to the left, but yeah, no reason to hit the POW at this point. Interestingly enough, I wonder if the ceiling's open there as a warp zone route, so to speak. Yeah, more fire flower over here. Yeah, we will check it, of course, because, you know, SMM1. With a broken ceiling like that, of course, it's always worth a look. And that's it. Ground Pound Grotto. Hopefully without too much cancellation involved, but we shall see. And, oh, this is interesting. No, you just need to pound this. But then you would want to pound it with good timing in order to get yourself up here. And then you can do that anyway. It's just that you wouldn't get whatever progressive power-up that might have been. Anyway. Need to aim that. Then, this is just sending the bomb over. Not quite what we needed, but yeah. It's a pretty long bounce here, so yeah, that's why we have to actually do it in this location. And there we go. There's more shrooms, that's okay. That was not a good idea. We should have actually waited for it to come out first. As we know. Yeah, P-switch down below, which would drop everything. Oh, now that's interesting. Because I suppose, yeah, we would have needed the chomp to be available in order to get back up, unless we can get up to the wall for the wall bounce. Yeah, I guess we needed the chomp to bounce around down there, so we could actually use the chomp to hit the P-switch. I think that's the intention there. Oh, we do the camera here. We actually do want to cancel slightly. And then hit like this. There we go. Now we can climb. Now we can see what this power-up is all about. As expected, progressive. Anyway, let's pound this one. Kind of wonder if we can break anything just by carrying bombs with us, but probably not, just given how wall jumps work around here. Okay, so will this guy get me a P-switch activation? Yes, he will. And then, yeah, cutting through there accurately, and then it just gives you all the coins from the POW, as we would expect. Oh. And then we're trying to pound out of this, of course. And that gives you the flag. That's a little mechanics tutorial in some way for people who wouldn't necessarily know some of the nuances of ground pound interactions in NSMBU. Bowser Jr.'s Squishy Citadel. How squishy are we talking about here? Let's find out. Oh, squishy probably because the blaster columns are going to try to squish you. Back when you could, in fact, draw blaster columns this high. Having just done a wall jump level, I had to take a moment to adjust to not being able to wall jump. Over here on the blaster layer. Oh, no, 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 that's a problem. I realized that just as we got there. Okay, grab this. Yeah, let's go. Nope, once again. Oh yeah, I see what the problem is here, is that I'm misreading the ceiling there, because that's just how the camera scroll is going to treat me from now. And then... And... That's alright, we'll do a little better here this time. Yeah, the ceiling takes a moment to scroll up, and I was not visualizing it very well. Okay, through we go. Yeah, you can take some of those safe zones if you should fail the first time out. As long as we wrap around here. Oh, checkpoint. Interesting to have a checkpoint in the middle of a segment that has so much motion like this, but it does work looking at how that's created. Whoops. And that's why it might have been a good idea to take it. Now, judging by the height here, no reason to actually pick up the springs. We do want to just jump on them outright. This one, however, we'll need to take. And... Okay. Now, do we want to grab those coins? Can't exactly see where I'm going yet, so... That's a safe zone. I mean, we can tell by the tracks, too. And we'll just wait for this segment here. Now we have to deal with the camera scroll once again, as well as the up pipe. I totally missed that. I thought it was a ceiling coming. Dry bones getting crushed by themselves. That'll be fine. Sure, let's take this, whatever it is. One up. Nope. Ah, checkpoint over there. That's alright. Checkpoints? Who needs those? I guess it loops back around because that takes you through the pipe. And now we have Junior. Do we actually need to fight Junior here? Or can we just send him down there and get him crushed? Looks like the optimal thing to do is just get him crushed. Down below. We need to go down there ourselves. No, not quite. Okay, good. That takes care of him. Meeting his unceremonious end. And, oh! I guess we did the same thing, so shouldn't laugh at Junior too quickly. And yeah, we'll back up here because we didn't grab the other checkpoint. Like I said, I generally like this idea of earned optional checkpoints. Like you see repeatedly in the set, but the one that is a checkpoint 2 here definitely seems a little bit missable. Oh, we didn't check this question block to the right. That's okay. Maybe if we die and get back here again. Okay, let's keep going. What's this would like to lift me back up? Yeah, the camera lags behind a bit even when it does. You get a courtesy of scrolling. Okay, and then this probably just loops back. Up top over here, we do need to get back down there. That was narrowly avoiding a squish. Then, I do need to duck down here in quite a few places. We'll take that. And we'll leave this power up since we just take Junior down here instead. And we'll let the squish get him. Not even much of a sound effect attached to that. Poor Junior. Oh, whoops. I have to drop down there a little faster. I mean, we obviously do need to be on the right side of that column. I would think. Yeah, so we just send ourselves down right away. Get rid of the bones. And trade up to the Fire Flower, which this time we'll have to get in Junior's room. Okay, gonna send him up this way. I guess we did previously just squish him, but on more than one occasion. Alright. You can play on there if you likes, but no, we'll just bop him like that. That'll be all there is to him. Yeah, actually no, we shouldn't have tried to... Oh, okay. That works too. Yeah, I thought we had to go to the right of that column that was in the bottom row, because I assumed it would shut some kind of gate or something. But no, we actually just needed to play it the easy way. Something we always fail to consider. Thank you for the GG Netcat. Netcat, speaking of which, I don't know how active you were in Maker 1 or whether you had any particular favorites or recommendations. But even though I only have a month left or so, I definitely am collecting recommendations from people to kind of see as much as I can of what was good in Maker 1. Anyway, here's Spiny Belly Vermicelli. Sounds delicious. Sounds wonderful, actually. Why don't I ever cook this when you find recipes in Paper Mario? Okay. Yeah, we might want to do that a little more accurately. Let's... If we want our vermicelli to be authentic. You did make levels in Maker 1, and you'd have to look at your profile again to see what you played, yeah. Yeah, I don't know how active you were with it. I mean, in Maker 1, I wasn't really connected to the community side at all until just a little bit before Maker 2 was announced, in fact, in early 2019. That's when I started playing, well, a more high-quality experience in Maker 1 again, and got to know the community a little better. I think since then, you know, we've, of course, just come to know a lot about Maker 1 by reputation from people returning in Maker 2, but guess what? You could totally do this. Well, maybe I couldn't, but if you really wanted to be fancy about it, you could even take the shell with you and then have another one spawn in over here. Anyway, let's do this the marked way. Before the P-switch shuts down. That looks... Oh yeah, no, there was a ledge there. Okay, I didn't even see there was a ledge there that was available to land on. Yeah, I do know that Frank had a pretty extensive profile in Maker 1. I haven't played it yet. Frank's been uploading a lot in 2 lately too, actually. Like, he became very active again sometime in the last few months, and I haven't quite caught up on all of his new uploads yet. So he's been around for some time. Sure. No, but I was aware that Frank had a pretty big presence on the Reddit side in Maker 1 as well, in terms of the Reddit level of the week and some other things that were a big meeting point for makers at the time. Yeah, I definitely think one of the sort of very influential stories about what changed with the community dynamics between Maker 1 and 2 was that Mario Maker Reddit just kind of died as a viable community. And for the most part, where it was just no longer the hub. I think Twitch was mainly the hub, to the extent that we had one. But that definitely affected the overall culture a bit, I think, in terms of which levels would get made and what standards were for style and pacing and all that. Anyway, 2. Why is it saying 2? Because we need to send 2 shells over? And do we need to send 3 shells over? Or what's going on here? Let's... Oh, probably... No, yeah, I see. Because we need to jump on each of them in succession. Okay. We were the most active in Mario Maker 1 in the first year. Yeah, I think that was true for a lot of people. I think that was very much the case. That was very nice, this little segment here, in terms of how the kind of back deflection on a spiny still kept each successive one alive for the jumping sequence. It was really neat. I kind of... Oh yeah, no, because then we can jump on these. This is also really neat. Let's get on the platform first just to see whether this was supposed to be something we scouted. Yeah, so we're supposed to hit that spiny and then have that available on the platform. Yeah, we should have made it out safely, but we didn't. So yeah, in early Maker 1, I was kind of active with a sort of totally different group of people that I knew through Nintendo games. That some of them actually became quite active in Mario Maker after the fact. I think I kind of blew this one because there's no safe landing for me here. I think I need to send this guy down by perhaps dropping this. Yeah, we have to drop this, I think. Now that's nice. Look at this. That was nice. That was really fun interaction. Yeah, Bufflin recently had a ROM hack come out, I think. I saw some people playing it. And he had 2 separate Super Worlds and 2, of course, and a very big reputation in 1 as well, in terms of it's a very recognizable style. But, whoops, didn't leave enough of this live. Yeah, I know Cypher's been gradually putting together a Super World in, oh, yeah, P-Switch. In 2 as well over the last little while. Yeah, you do need to go immediately on the P-Switch, which I keep forgetting. And both of them were active in YMM. I mean, Cypher had one of the first YMM levels that I would have known about and played when I first heard about that side of the community. Because the water level that he made, Go With The Flow, made a huge impression. And the one that was all about kind of switching between the main world and subworld and seemingly reversing the water currents. That would be through things like, you know, stacked conveyor effects and such. Highly, highly memorable level. One of the most memorable underwater levels, I think, in the game. But yeah, among people who are kind of like active and known in Mario Maker and in some of the later events, I think. Like I knew Theoremon and I knew Ragnarok X very early on. And so, you know, in terms of makers who were really kind of dedicated to the game too, and who had some really big breakout famous levels, those would have been the first ones I interacted with in any capacity. I still have to show both of them at some point. I did play all the levels originally, but I do want to stream them at some point. Yeah, because Theoremon made that one Goomba story level, which was one of the first real viral hits at Maker 1, and I remember being one of the first players in that when it came out. When it was kind of shopping that around, testing it, and had no idea just how big it would become. Whoops. But yeah, he'll be someone I show off by the end of this month, I hope. Meanwhile, we've been doing a bit of an eclectic mix over here in the past couple of weeks that I've been running Maker 1. Many of them people I knew from YMM, but also some other ones who were recommendations, some other ones that were kind of old personal favorites. And in particular, I'm hoping to cover a couple more makers from the Japan side. Since there were so many very accomplished makers from the Japanese scene that you don't really have as much interaction with, just because, you know, you're not going to see them come by with Twitch viewer levels, what have you. Oh, no. This is a really hard one to catch. I guess the arrow is telling me where I should be jumping, but that's probably why we're missing it. Nope. This double deflection on the left is catching me off guard. Let's try it again. Nope. These kind of timing elements are always what I have trouble with. I guess we should stand right there. Yes, Netcat, I played all of Metrofu last week. Just last week, in fact. I just finished Metrofu, so. In fact, I was wondering, I was reading his name correctly as Metrofu. I wasn't totally certain about that because it was hard to corroborate, so. I'm glad you're at least somewhat confirming that for me. Yeah, I follow Kaito in Maker 2. I don't think I have Kaito's account in Maker 1. There we don't. I was about to say there we go, but nope, there we didn't. Yeah, I'll see. I mean, we only have so many weeks remaining, but, you know, given the quality of Kaito's output in 2, it certainly seems like I should be taking up that account in 1. There we go, finally. Not surprisingly, this was the last obstacle. But yeah, I had played pretty much all of Metrofu in 2, but had never looked at his levels in 1 until last week, and we ran all of them. And yeah, they were a real treat. Particularly near the end. Yeah, I did keep a list in the code channel in the Discord of who I'd played so far, and of course we had the VODs available as well, if you want to see who I've covered. But here's a Bill at Launcher Feng Shui. Right, because we need to just align everything properly and, you know, make sure that they have the proper flow and structure to them. Yes, we kind of need to sneak under before they land. Yeah, I think that's the idea. You know what? If we refresh the door and jump immediately, is there something up here that I can reach? No, the platform is quite low, so never mind that. Okay. Now, what's going to launch for me? I think we just need to wait on this a little bit. And then we're going to totally miss the orange checkpoint. Although we can always spin up towards it. Yeah, like I've been saying, I love that you actually have to earn the checkpoints. And here, we wait for the launchers to line up. Oh, totally missed this. Oh well. We get another shroom, so it's not too bad. I guess we're supposed to line these up first, and then will the bomb kick eventually be relevant? Maybe not. Wonder what the bombs are all about then. Okay. I guess... well, the coin's encouraging me to... whoops, no, we needed to drop out to the right side after that, obviously. So what is this doing for me? It's gonna drop. And then lift. And then, let's go. While the opportunity... oh yeah, no, I saw the spike down there and I had to kind of read that for a moment and process. Like, is this to make a 1 overlap or to make a 2 overlap? Whoops. Because the spikes do take precedence to semi-solids in Maker 1. As I should try my best to remember, we should have done a spin jump off of that to grab another mushroom. Anyway. Oh, no. You know what? I bet we can still go for it. Nope, not really. Actually, yes we can. We'll just wait. Much better. And through the gate, in spite of the fact that we kind of did a bit of a despawn. That might have cut me off if I were just one tile further. I don't think we need the bombs or anything, but let's keep going. And then do this whole sequence here. Oh, whoops. No. Hang on. That's bad news because you would need to get back out quickly enough. As the thing is... need to reverse through. I wonder why... oh yeah, no, it's because of the semi-solid overlap. That's why it's pointing to that. We don't want to go as far as the coin before we reverse. Yeah, because of the semi-solid overlap, the platform doesn't activate until we are over that gap where the arrow is pointing. Let's just grab another shroom here. We'll line things up properly. Oops. I totally didn't lift all of this out of the way, did I? Yeah, yes I did. Alright, let's wait. And lift. Nope, that was unfortunate. Nope. Made a bit of a mess of that. That's okay. That's okay, let's try to grab another shroom before we continue. A little bit difficult to visualize the height every now and then when it comes to which point we should be hitting to make sure we can get enough height here. Oop. Yeah, I do need to lean right a little bit. Once we miss that first opportunity, it's hard to catch the next one, just given how everything is cycling through. Oh. Sometimes I think we should just take the damage boost, just to make sure we can land high enough on one of these chops. Yeah, just take the damage boost. That's best. Then just get everything unloaded. There we go. Just need some accurate landings from time to time. No, nope. I knew the jump input there was going to be a problem. Right when I was pressing it, it's like, okay, that's late. I'm doing that with my gamepad a lot. Okay, let's do this again. Always a bit tricky. And down. And yeah, let's get the shroom. Let's not go too far in the camera, obviously, just in case there are spawn issues, but nope. And actually, I mean, if everything's out of the way, we get a shroom here. We don't necessarily need that one at this point, but... let's just make it over. And... spawn some bullets. Took us a good long while to get back here. And nope. That's okay, as long as this platform's still up and running. Yeah, we kind of just need to approach from this side, I think, and then that's much easier. Okay. Nope. Still don't really know how to do that safely. It feels like I'm missing something about it. Anyway, I feel like this needs to load in first, right? And then we have to... whoops, didn't get enough height there. Should have the ability to jump on top of the blaster columns after that, but... let's not make so much of a mess of it. There we go, I actually did that cleaning for once, which is a surprise, but... through we go. Now let's see. Yeah, still, you know what? It's possible to just get on that coin and perhaps... I feel like I would still get displaced here. Oh yeah, you want to land here first and then you run across. That's what it is. That's what it was trying to signal to me all along. You land on the coin first and then you run across. And that way momentum is on your side. So here, we wait until everything is loaded in, and then we should get enough height to get on top of the blasters like this, and then it'll get on top. This side as well. There we go. It's telling me down, probably an optional checkpoint if I had to guess, because we've done enough of these levels by now to sort of understand how this maker prefers his checkpoint structures. So. Oh, what happens when we go into this pipe? Oh, it allows you to scout. Interesting. So eventually, Yeah, some kind of lift will come in here and lift us into place while spin jumping down below, perhaps. Don't see anything that will get me into this position up here with the upper pipe, though, as far as scouting purposes go. So let's go back here and continue. We just need to get on top of a blaster and ride it. That seemed to be clearly the case. And who's going to jump up here? Okay, sure, we'll take it. I'm sure we need to ride it afterwards, though, and just do a head bump on each of these. And yeah, in case you are locked behind that, that allows you to get back to the checkpoint area that we saw earlier. That makes sense. Now, this looks blind, but it's a platform down there, right? Okay, it is. But then what do we do? Oh, Buzzy ride. Okay. On the Buzzy and then we jump over, yeah. Except we need to hit it nice and early so we can actually send it up. You know what? No, that's okay. We'll just drop down below. We could take the hit. Maybe we'll lose some kind of bonus, but I think we'll be fine. Oh, except I shut the gate. That's okay, because then we ride this one. And we are all right. Nice little multi-platform sequence here, actually. I think here we just try to sustain everything we can, and then that'll eventually get me up to the goal. Now, what's this one going to give me? 1-ups or something else? Coins, okay. That's okay, we've seen it. Big skull over there, just in case you weren't totally clear on the need to suspend the platforms. Let's keep going. Luigi's Unlimited Leaves. I see a lot of numbers here, a lot of countdowns. Alright, I guess we should maybe take this a little more slowly, yeah. But then the bones do respawn after a time. Maybe that's giving me a sense of how many bones we need here. And we'll have to make it through slowly. I feel like we don't quite have a good sequence for this. And that we've maybe busted our ability to continue. That's okay, we'll try it again. Yeah. Need to space these out, perhaps. Nope. Yeah, because we do want them to be alive in nice, comfortable intervals. And generally, the bones are going to face me as they respawn, so we want to stay on the rightmost one that's available, whenever possible. Stomping two at a time was a bad idea there. Yeah, because once we get to the left, when they respawn, we get into trouble, especially if they bump into each other like that. Losing one at that point is not so good. Maybe we should be doing this quickly instead. Yeah, because we want to stay on the right as much as possible for each respawn. So if we're always to the right of whoever is respawning, then we do it in a sequence that actually makes sense. Yeah, once you understand that and plan ahead accordingly, then this works just fine. We've done a couple of segments like this in various, I don't know, zombie apocalypse themed levels. But not so much in a platforming setup like this one. It would have been nice to keep this on screen, obviously, but that's why we have a nice gentle refresh over here. Do we get a mystery mushroom? Yes, we do. Yeah, let's keep it on screen as much as possible. Yeah, we want all blasters on screen if we can. That's going to be more critical than... Whoops. Although, of course, we do need to dump some of the earlier ones out of the way so we can actually get them to fire again. Yeah, so whenever we can do some shorter bounces here to just make sure they fire at me again, we should do it. Okay. And then, oh, look at that, we were actually at the end and I just decided to run into that Koopa because we forgot to pick up the mystery mushroom. We've done better. But yeah, the spacing of just going right away like this, with high jumps off the initial set and then staying to the right, should work out just fine. Because then we are always on the right. And we don't have any spacing issues from that point. Whoop. Slipped up a little bit there. That's okay. There we go. Okay. Yeah, shorter bounces is actually going to be better here. Just try to kill everything we can. Oh, no. Seems like we could sneak under at that point, but I don't know if maybe that compromises anything. If we take a dive nice and early. Anyway, let's just keep bouncing. And we'll just cycle over. One at a time. They're getting pretty bunched up, as you can see, but just enough of these bones left alive to keep things rolling. It's rather hypnotic after a while. Anyway, let's get out and continue. Luigi's Unlimited Leaps. Makes me think of Rossum's Universal Robots for some reason. RUR. Which was actually the play in the 1920s that coined the word robot. Which originated in Czech before it came into English. Oh, anyway. Oops. Right at the end of the conveyor. To the point that we actually respawned all the blasters on the way back. Oops. Yeah, shorter bounces we'll be fine here. Just make sure everything is in position. Yeah, get the blasters on screen if we can. Get a closer approach. Yeah, it says 0 here at this point, which means that it's safe to fall, I think. And it is indeed safe to fall, so... We should be reading the numbers. That's what the numbers for, I think. It's just to tell you when it's going to be okay. I think we had to go for splits here. And we do. Yeah. Want to keep the blasters on screen as much as possible, of course. As before. That's a lot of Goombas, but... Keep steady with it, and we are at checkpoint. Whoops, and then we are going to lose that. That's alright. That is going to be a little bit more hazardous. Just ever so slightly. We, of course, don't want to have any bombs kill the Buzzies. I don't think that's going to be an issue, though. Given that this is SMM1 and we're not going to be spin kicking anything or deflecting it some other way. And oh. All right. Here we go. And yeah, as long as we're kind of in position with a bit of a consistent columnar position relative to the left side blaster at any given point, we're going to just barely make it. Yeah, red blaster at the end was just there to take out the Buzzies and drop everything. Thank you for the GG. Let's keep going. One of the first Jamp levels? Oh, I don't know. This is 2016. It's like there was quite a lot of activity at that point. One of the first Jamp levels in the set, I suppose. Ghosts and Goombas. And yeah, looking at the thumbnail, that's a ghost and a Goomba. That certainly looks to be the case. Anyway, I guess maybe this gives me a flower, if I'm understanding this correctly. Yeah, it does. Let's not accidentally take out too many of these gooms on the way over. Yeah, I guess we should have read that a bit more carefully here. Pretty sure I have to just stand in the middle here and hit some kind of block. Head on up. Oh, let's watch out for these boos on this side. Or actually, no, we just jump across. What am I doing? And looks like we just need to get out of the boot at this point, but I kind of feel like if we have a Goomba bouncing around over there, maybe it's possible to take the boot across. I bet it is possible, actually. I'd like to do it. I mean, we can also send a boo over here and then get across like this. Yeah. I think we need that anyway. That's part of the required interaction to get up here, so we did read that correctly, which is good. Then there's just a little boot sequence where we gradually cycle away upwards. I guess we should have taken all boost stacks over here and... Oh. Not very kind of that one to be available, but we do need to face the right way here just to get the boo columns into a usable position. Oh, we need to reset this. I do see how to do it though. I just need the facing direction to be a little more accurate here. Oh, that was a bad idea. We should have gone straight down. Didn't exactly know where the drop point was going to be, so that's alright. Let's grab the flower. Then back we go. Yeah, we made the same mistake. Now we'll lose everything. That's okay. Makes this bit easier. Oh. Oh. Let's get another one. And that will give me... Oh. Now here's the thing, is that if you get rid of all these boos, I think you kind of lock yourself. But that's okay. Just need to make it across over here, and yeah, we need to pull everything over. Oh, that was rather more to deal with than I expected. Yeah, we use these on the left, and we get up here and drop down. Maybe pull all these boos over here as well, just in case we can use them again. We've got lots of boos to work with, though. So. Goombas... Oh, no. Hang on. No more boot here. A little bit stifling here as we continue. I guess we're past checkpoint at this point. We weren't really expected to keep the boot. Seemingly optional leaf. And yeah, we'll need to follow these across once we have the P-switch. Then... Oh, I probably shouldn't have killed all the gooms. That's okay, we'll get across here and grab the leaf anyway. That'll work. Not the most elegant way of doing it, but... who's complaining? Oh, no, hang on. That was a mistake. Funny, because we totally could have flown up here if we had kept the leaf, but... instead, we will... just have to jump out this way. Clear. Yeah, I guess you could make things easier for yourself if you had, in fact, bothered to kill as many of these as possible. Instead, we'll just have to deal with one here. Like to come down, yeah. And then we just jump into it again. Okay, who we got this time? Lots of boos, except let's get into the boss music zone first. Well, we need a boot to work with here. Oh, there we go. And then through the pipe. And up to the moon, apparently. I mean, I wonder if there is something up above. Let's just move the boo over here and find out in a moment. We're pretty high up already, though. I kind of think there's not much more in the camera. Let's see up here. No, don't think so. Alright, let's keep pushing. Mystery of the floating doors. Just how mysterious? We'll find out. Okay, P-switch, and then, yeah, we need to P-switch to freeze this, and then we enter. Oh. Yeah, we need a panel here. Should just reload it through that P-switch. Yeah, you need to be fairly quick about each of these. And do the whole sequence here. Didn't really think about the vine in the last segment. Yeah. Nope. We need to be pretty accurate in order to avoid that problem. I wonder if it's just a matter of accuracy or if there's something to that interaction that we're missing. But we'll see. Need to go quickly. Nope. I mean, maybe it said I just need to stand off to the side or something, but no, I mean, that's still within range of the vine. I think it's just a timing check. That's still only on reset pipe 2 out of 4, so got a lot more to do after that point. There we go. Yeah, it is just a timing check as you went up slightly below. Oh, okay. You need to ride that shell and get in. Okay. Need to do quite a sequence here. You know what? We can totally wear this as helmet, though. If we just catch it. There we go. Not that there's too much of a benefit to doing so, except for some hit protection against this shell. I guess we need to stand on a certain location. Like, stand here. Stand here. And then hold up to that point. Oh, whoops, lost it. Let's just grab this one. And, oh, that's okay. It's a reset to the beginning anyway, so. We don't strictly need it. And let's not spend too much time on each successive P-switch. And then we stand on a coin, enter, and then, oh! Okay, so yeah, you do need to go immediately on a P-switch, and then that's already near the end. So we just need to be really quick. Oh, there's one more pipe reset, actually. By the looks of it. Nope. That's okay. Be pretty brisk. And Triscade, welcome. Hope you've been doing well. Hope the music's been coming along nicely. Yeah, we've been a little bit sluggish on all of these interactions all around. Again, you have to let the platform bypass P ever so slightly. Yeah, I've been doing well over here. And mostly cramming some Make 1 in the very limited time that remains in the game. So that's something we started doing back in January, and we're still at it now. Yeah, we need to kind of run this now. Oh. I kind of feel like we need to take a P-switch with us, except that wouldn't make sense if we're... You know, I think it might make sense if we respawn through here, grab a P... No, we need to activate a P to go through, though. And going back here wouldn't really benefit us because just have another P spawn here. It feels like we're just way behind in terms of timing in the last one. I'm probably just much too slow in each of these segments. It looks like there's no way that we're going to make this. We have to be missing something. Like a way to escort a P-switch. Your job as a sound designer has stopped your level building for the time being. Yeah, well, I hope you're enjoying the work that you've been taking out. Yeah, my timing doesn't seem even remotely like it could get me through here. I mean, I'm at least seeing the P-switch still active at this point, but let me just take a dive here and see how much of a run this is. This is significant. We're off by several seconds, I think, when it comes to being able to do this. Basically, we need to enter as soon as this becomes available. And it has kept all the jumps nice and crisp. Oh, nope, missing. That, once again. Very tricky. But if you loop back here and you still have the P-switch available, no, you still need a P to jump on. Okay, but you jump on it immediately. Let's try to save time like that. Nope. Missing it every time. Actually, quite tricky. Nope. Didn't mean to do that either. Nope. It's really quite difficult to catch. Because you need to be pretty much perfectly in alignment. That to take priority over Divine Climb. Yeah, can't really waste any time on this. Nope. Well, we'll try to get it. Yeah, good. Now let's see how much time we have for me. It's not even close. Not even remotely close. Like, there's got to be something else here, some other trick to sustain that longer. I think currently one of the issues we're running into is that there's such a long respawn time on this P-switch. Wait, you can enter this pipe. Yeah, that's it. That's the trick. And you just carry this with you. Yep. And that even makes the later thing easier. Yeah, because this is the Maker 1 pipe duplication. This doesn't work in Maker 2. This doesn't work at all in Maker 2. I was wondering about how to duplicate the P, and I didn't even consider entering that pipe where the arrow was, but it even makes Divine Climb easier. Yeah, that's the only thing that makes sense. So, that's what it is. We saw this previously used extensively in a Pink Birdo puzzle. So the idea is that in Maker 1, unlike in Maker 2, when you take an object spawn from a pipe through a door or a pipe transition, then it actually respawns from the pipe and effectively duplicates when you go back into its original room. That's not how it works in Maker 2, of course. In Maker 2, if you take something spawned from a pipe and you change rooms and you go back, it does not spawn anymore. Thank you for the GG. Yeah, I was looking for that interaction too. I just didn't even think about entering the pipe that we dropped in out of. Just had a bit of a blind spot there. But it's a bit of a one-trick puzzle. Definitely makes the Vine plus door entry much more reasonable. Tingle's Magical Smile Door. Okay, we got Tingle. I don't think we've really seen a Tingle costume in action before. Oh, this will be neat. Anyway, it looks like if you have a P-switch interaction, then Blaster stays on top of the coin block rather than dropping below. I don't know. Let's see what's over here. Yeah, it looks like something's going to bounce. Let's see what this is all about. So this is going to bounce back, and it's going to reveal something once the blaster pushes me back up into the door after the P-switch expires. So what's it going to reveal? A smile! That looks like it's actually the entire concept here. And you got a little hat too. Okay. I mean, I guess that's just what Tingle does. Yeah, that's just entirely using the vine blocks to create that interaction, of course. This is, yeah, February 2016. At that point, I don't know how widely used the respawning property of vine blocks is, but that's, of course, just the bread and butter of so much you can do in Mario Maker in the first place when it comes to door transitions. Seems like it was a little bit of early play with that concept. Over-the-top puzzle dungeon version 3. Previous versions appear removed. So, how over the top is it? Let's find out. Maybe we do eventually have to just go over the top. Anyway. We raise everything and then... Oh, that's interesting. The boos fall off screen. That's interesting. I've never seen this before. So, when it is off the top of the screen, everything that is stacked on top loses collision. Once you're past the screen boundary, and as you can see, it actually does remain alive when you lower the buzzy. That's what it's showing me. Which means you can use it to hit this. I've never seen this interaction. I don't even know if it works in Maker 2, and somebody will have to check. And do you get cooked by the burners at any point? Yes, you do. Okay, so you can't just stand there. The burners do, in fact, hit you. That's also what it's there to teach you, I think. That, yeah, you're kind of in a top visible tile. Or rather... Oh, I see. If you take a look at the placement here... I'm just thinking about this in terms of the camera position. Yeah, I think this is just putting the start position at its maximum. And we're already kind of at the top of the two-screen layout. And so, as you can see, the column that we're standing on top of, so top of the blaster is one tile above. The boos and Mario are both 2 tiles above the top of the screen. When you're 1 tile above the top of the screen, you still make contact, which is what the burners are showing you. 2 tiles above and you don't make contact, but Mario is still able to traverse there. This is very neat. I've never ever seen this. Again, it might be a Maker 1 thing. I don't really know. But we have to listen to the audio cue here with the burners. And we basically have to jump in sequence, I think. And jump in sequence like that. Very cool. How far does this push me? Am I still riding on top? I am still riding on top the whole way. Look how far off screen we are. Because I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, there's no way this works in Maker 2, right? Oh, I'm gonna be... no, I'm gonna be pushed up above the screen. Or am I? No, we just need to jump up when it reloads, and then I'm able to cross like this. Very cool. Yeah, this is very, very neat. This is the best one we've seen today, I think. Anyway, we'll grab this. And that's going to send it to the left, and then we need something to hit the POW, don't we? Well... oh, that's a P-switch bump. Oh, whoops. I want to do that. Oh, I see, because P-switch just releases this. And then POW takes care of that. Whoops. Okay, there we are. Yeah, look how far off we are. And then I actually do have collision with something off screen for a while before it gives me a valid location to fall back down. And yeah, so here, because we're at the top of the screen, we can't actually jump through this. But it would push through the ceiling, we don't get locked. We don't get locked, we can just run side to side like that. And then... oh. Let's grab this once again. Because why not? There we go. We're supposed to, anyway. Yeah, so we hit this, and that activates a P-switch. That sends the shell over here to this side. What if we break this? What happens if we break this? Coins, okay. Anyway, we need a P-switch over here. Then, coin drop. That allows me to break this as well. And then, I think we need to basically protect ourselves with this and just... oh, no, guess not. I was wondering if that would give me adequate protection, but I guess not. I think we need to just send a shell over. Oh, now it no longer comes back, yeah. And that shell just continues deflecting. Okay, yeah. We no longer have a helmet of our own, though, but... oh, maybe it's a little bonus here, or maybe it's a reset here. I think it looks like a bonus, but whoops. That was a mistake. That's okay. Yeah, very neat little edge case interaction here that we just didn't know about at all. Yeah, you can just fall off after that breaks. Oh, right here. I mean, we don't need to crouch, we can just stand there. But... and now we send something else over once we pop this, and so... yeah, we send this over. That'll clean that up for me. And this way we can get over here and hit this, and then continue. Optional flower. Yeah, okay, I guess maybe... if I had to guess, this is actually an optional checkpoint. No? It is not. It is an optional helmet. And then it sends me back. But then there's a switching mechanism here already that just kind of gets me through right away and sets everything up for me, which is good. All of this, of course, will just be busted down, but if we would like to have a fire flower, I think it would be nice. This is the checkpoint, okay. Fire flower, I guess, is probably just down here, then. If we had to guess. And then we would need to deflect the bomb somehow. And not like that. How would we get on top of that bomb and punch it? Let's see. I think we do need to take a point of damage here, potentially. Well, I don't even know what this bomb is all about, though. Because it seems like we shouldn't try to fall down there. Oh, no, we need a fire flower to smack it. And we don't have one. Well, it's not going to be coming from down here. Yeah, you need a fire flower to hit the bomb and send it to the left. That's what it is. But perhaps this door here is a path to a fire flower. It isn't. It's a path to the goal. Okay, so we missed something. We definitely missed something. I guess you needed to keep the fire flower up to that point. And then there's some kind of optional route here that this would then get you through. I mean, I can go back and see if we can get it somewhere, but I sort of doubt it at this point. So we reverted back here, and I think you just need to play perfectly from the start. Which we could try. I mean, we could also try to hot potato a bomb over this way. Something tells me that's not going to happen, though. Let's see you take this over. Yeah, you can't actually go back through the pipe on the right, so that won't be it. Well, I don't see a way for me to pick up another flower here, so let's just reset all this stuff. And let's just get to clear, and then maybe we should come back and try it again. Yeah, because I see no way to get the flower at this point, or this gate. Okay, there we go. Alright, let's just grab the clear instead then, and then we're going to fall to the right. Yeah, very neat idea. We probably can, now that we just know the level, try to keep the flower from the start, but yeah, short and sweet, but extremely memorable. I mean, we've previously seen some levels where you play at the top of the screen, but not using that off-screen property in terms of how collision is manipulated. Let's try this again, and let's try to find the flower and keep it this time. And it shows the concept quite well in the beginning, too. It's very good at showing that off. Hard to see how it could be better demonstrated. So, given that checkpoint was here, I don't know how we actually could have managed to get the flower unless we have mushroom going into checkpoint or something. Hang on. Let's see where it was obtainable. Yeah, we just fall over this way. So, I mean, we're at the same state that we were at with checkpoint, so possibly we missed the opportunity to get the flower, but let's just send this down. Oh, maybe if you activated this first. Like, suppose we did this. No, let's lose it. Yeah, let's hit the question blocks that would otherwise be lost. And then let's see if we can get through. Yeah, I bet it's one of those question blocks that we broke. But it makes sense. That we would want to maybe pop this first. Miss Piggy, welcome. And we actually do want to lose this in order to hit some of these question blocks here. Possibly after getting the checkpoint shroom first, just in case there's anything that's progressive. And the idea is that we pop all the question blocks first and then we break them in order to drop any power-ups that might spawn. Yeah, that's absolutely it. See, it looks like you can't come up here, but then you put this on, and then, oh. Maybe not. Then how would you get that? Because it looks like it spawns flowers, but then maybe we need to kind of hit them as they spawn or something. Or maybe the coin to the left is telling me something when it comes to, I don't know, P-switches or... Yeah, it's telling me that flowers are in the blocks on the right side, coins are in the blocks on the left side. So we need to think about how this off-screen property works in order to smash things and bring them down. Okay, let's take the death here and let's try it again. Because maybe we need to hit the flowers. Like hit the blocks as the flowers are spawning before they are completely off screen or something. And we'll see if this works. Gotta try one block at a time, basically. There we go. That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's the trick. And then, at this point, we can hit the bombs in this location. Okay, now we go through. It should be the true ending. Yeah, true ending. There we go. That's all there is. No bonus room or anything, but... works for me. Yeah, Miss Piggy, thank you for the GG. Hope you've been doing well over on your end. This was mechanically a very interesting level. I have to check this in the Maker 2 editor afterwards to see if it works there, because I don't think it does. Because it manipulates collision off screen when you go off the top of the screen, like way off the top of the screen. I don't even know, sort of just guessing at this mentally, how this setup would even react in Maker 2 if you saw it there instead. Braining at its finest. Oh, we've done better. But thank you. E-Spit is key, volume... well, not volume 2, version 2. Definitely felt like we got brained in that level after bonking our head on so many things. But... anyway, P-Speed. Okay, so this is just a maintain speed level where we try not to die to too much stuff along the way. And then we just... no, short bounces, that's obviously short bounces. Anyway, let's keep going. It's a very satisfying little buzzy slope here, actually. Wait, we need to maintain P-Speed, and what was going on there? Oh, okay, no, we needed to get some high bounces to get some shell kicks through that. Yeah, I see. That was obvious in retrospect. What are we even retaining P-Speed for at the end, I wonder? Anyway, we need to hit this P. Or rather, that P... yeah, we need to wait until the Muncher activated it for us. And then we just need to bounce back and forth to maintain P-Speed in the spring segment as we ride across later on. And timing relative to the P-switch is going to matter if munchers are being sustained that way. So yeah, we just wait. Then bounce across. Maintain P speed as much as possible. Nope, wrong way. Actually, we need the platform to drop first, and then we jump up towards the coins when we get there. And we'll get there. So we know how this goes by now. Oh, let's not overshoot there. Nope, facing the wrong way. Always having a bit of trouble reading that. But just needs to work on our exit timing. And more accurately visualize which side we're facing as we hit the jump input. Alright, wait for the P, and down we go. Oh, yeah, very easy to overshoot this on the munchers. Not careful. Okay, we do still have speed, and then... Oh, lost that slightly. Yeah, just came off the edge a bit early on the last jump. I was kind of concerned that we were going so low on the cart as we were falling there, but it seemed like we were probably as low as we could go while getting it back out safely, so that worked out in the end. So let's stick with this. And forward. Okay, off the edge, off this edge. Everything's gonna be destroyed over here, and then we just need to fly, and then... Oh, no, we need to maintain speed. And yeah, at that point it was okay to let go of the dash button. I had some issues making my jump tapping responsive enough because we should have just let go of Y to tap B a little faster. Mechanically, that's something I should keep in mind. I always have this tendency to just hold Y at all times. And that was not really going to help us too much there. Cute level and you would have panicked? Well, I mean, it certainly happens. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Okay, now, there we go. That's better. And we're done. Yeah, just need to respond to that moment quickly. As we saw it coming. Let's slip the chomps of war. 0.88% on this one is going to be probably the lowest clear rate we've seen in this set so far, but you know, that's why people cry havoc. And let's flip the so-and-so. Oh, okay, yeah, that's why. Ah, that's rather quick actually, yeah. So we need to sort of slip in between. And I think we just need to dodge them, to be honest. We shouldn't try to spin on them. Oh, just need to find the timing. As you can see from the death markers, definitely a lot of people just trying to do trial and error here early on. Yeah, you just need to find it rhythmically. And
Oh no!
gradually work our way up. Look at the spring displacement on those stumps here in each of these setups just to get this to work reliably. Okay, now I think we just follow this. And E-switch is going to open this up. Now, why did we need anything with a spiny? So let's see. Don't know what the spinies are all about, despite the similarity to the spiny belly bubble that we saw much earlier. Which was also one of the better ones today, I think. Spiny belly vermicelli. Also one of the better titles we've seen today. So, yeah, let's ride it. I think this was supposed to be a bomb kick sequence, but I didn't read that accurately at all. So we'll see what's going on there. It does say spin, or at least it seemed like it was starting to say spin in coins at that point, so I kind of think there was some kind of bomb sequence that had to occur, but we didn't quite determine what that would be. Maybe use the bombs to sort of switch over to the spin jump and then, yeah, do a bomb kick sequence across, but relative to chomp, I don't know how that's supposed to look. So we'll work on it a bit once we get past this timing gate at the start. I'm kind of responding to the audio cue at this point, in terms of the interval that I'm leaving after the chomp bark. Finding that to be the preferred method. I kind of, yeah. We're obviously not supposed to kill that second bomb with the first bomb, so maybe spinning it was a bad idea and we just want to do a straight drop on it. That's okay, we'll puzzle it out gradually. It's not too hard to get back there. Except that, since that over this way, I kind of feel like we just need to spin to the right with that one and do a spin kick over, and I don't know if the chomp is relevant at that point, other than just giving us something to ride on early. I'm finding this one a little bit trickier to read than much of what we've seen so far. Anyway, let's go down. Oh, whoops. Oh, didn't even see the top chomp there. Now, previously wasn't an issue. Oh, I see. No, the top chomp is what gets eliminated by the spinies. That's what the spinies are there to do, was create a somewhat reliable mechanism for getting rid of the top chomp so that you actually have stump on chomp available. That's how that setup works. I was wondering what these spinies were for, and that's entirely to eliminate the top chomp. No, we should have done a spin over here, because otherwise the coins here that say spin are, well, going to be coins in a moment when the P-switch expires. Anyway. Let's move over here. Yeah, let that eliminate the chomp. Okay. I think we're supposed to escort the chomp over so we can hit that P-switch, which means that we need to go slower, which I think we need to basically Yeah, the problem with that first bomb is that it's killing everything so quickly, and I need a way to continue to ride on the chomp without it blowing everything up. And I think we need to do a second spin over here just to kick that over, and we know there are going to be bombs available later there. We just haven't read that segment correctly yet. But we need the bombs to A, not be in our way, and B, not to stop the chomp and deflect it, and C, not destroy the other bombs along the way, which is the major issue with the first bomb kick right now. I think it does have to be a spin jump, but then we need to kick it again to just make sure it's not a problem. Maybe. Not exactly sure. We just haven't read this correctly yet. So yeah, no, it's okay with the joystick. We just need to... Yeah, at that point we actually just need to do 2 kicks there and get back to the chomp. Okay. So no, it's actually fine that the first bomb destroys that second bomb that's flying by, because we don't need that second bomb as something to jump on. It's really just in our way, so... Definitely overcomplicating it slightly. As we typically do. But we need it to not kill the chomp. We need to jump on it just a little bit earlier so it kills the bomb but not the chomp. And previously we did that second spin jump on it. That might have mitigated the issue somewhat, but it's a bit of a tight timing perhaps, given that the bomb is about to detonate in that moment. Oh, whoops. Jumping the gun a bit early. Jumping the bomb a bit early, you might say. Yeah, play this little rhythm game at the start, and then we're through here. Okay. Yeah, that's actually correct. It detonates just in time to get rid of the other bomb without being too close to the chomp. I think the second spin is correct. But we need to use the second spin to go directly back to the chomp on the assumption that it's not going to die. So let's check this. Okay. A little bit... Oh, no. Terrible. That didn't work at all.
Oh no!
Okay.
Oh no!
Let's try this again.
Oh no!
Right. Let's try this once more. And see what we can do. Whoops.
Oh no!
Just need to get some of these attempts out of the way. Okay.
Oh no!
Still not aiming that very well.
Oh no!
But yeah, the second bounce is looking necessary. We just need to make sure we kick in the correct direction. Let's try it again. Bounce everything over. Oh,
Oh no!
that time it was a little too far. That's okay. We just needed to jump between the bombs if that's the case. Need to play a little bit reactively, depending on how that bomb kick timing works out, because a single kick, I think, is just not going to work. It's going to kill the chomp. But there's always going to be a little volatility to the timing that I bring in with me. Yeah, send it over that way, that's fine. Then 2 bounces, and then, yeah, that's good. It's the P-switch. Nope.
Oh no!
And then you just need to do each of those in sequence quickly before the P-switch expiry. Don't exactly know how long that sequence is going to be, so this will take a little bit of work.
Oh no!
And yeah, we should get ahead too. Make sure the small chomp gets taken out of action. And let's continue. Okay, take this out. Oh, a bit late. Nope,
Oh no!
that should have been a spin. But poor reaction. Okay, let us jump. And then, oh, no. If we're kicking it at all, it needs to be kicked to the left. Yeah, there's a particular pocket of timing we need to hit there, and just not hitting it.
Oh no!
Because best case scenario is that we take out the bomb in the second column, but not the chomp.
Oh no!
That requires something pretty specific to happen. So we'll just knock that out of the way without further incident. Let's just ride it. There we go, that's perfect. That's how to do it. Then, there's the P-switch activation. Here we go. Wow, what a music loop here. Yeah, and we need to take advantage of the fact that the chomps will consistently switch sides. I mean, it's just a chomp hitting note blocks, but it totally sounded like a consistent music loop. Yeah, we actually just need to change sides on the wall cling. So hug left. No.
Oh no!
Make 3 consecutive wall jumps quickly just to gain height as much as possible after each slide. That's the way to do it. So hang left. Nope.
Oh no!
Yeah, and there are spikes on the ceiling, so this is going to take a bit of work. You know, spin jumps work too, potentially.
Oh no!
We don't want to get on top of that, obviously, but the spin jump's allowing us to just go quickly and maintain height without going too high.
Oh no!
No, we do need to stick to one side at a time, though. But if we're up near the top, spin jump should be it. Just so we don't hit the ceiling. Yeah, because otherwise we get into that situation.
Oh no!
But let's see. Left side. I know I was trying to get the third wall bounce there, and we just were a bit slow. There we go. And then now we need to... Oh! I feel like I was supposed to grab that helmet. And we have to... get on top of each... Oh, okay. No, without a helmet we can't actually get through that. Alright. We need to keep the helmet all the way up. Otherwise we should drop down and redo it. If we can. Oh, too high. Oh, hang on. Yeah, 3 bounces are good. We just need to not get too high there. Yeah, too low there.
Oh no!
Yeah, just need to do 3 quick jumps. Wherever possible. Nope, missed it. And that threw off my pattern just a little bit too much. Okay, lost that. That's too bad, but... What if we got the helmet and then came in here and pushed through a second shell? If we have a second shell available here, then we can just wear it again, which... Yeah, I like that strategy much better, actually. Okay, we need to get rid of some of this stuff and then ground pound in the middle, I think, and then have access to the power after that. Okay, we can do that too. Oh. And Yoshi doesn't seem accessible to me here. He seems very much caged. And we can just rescue him this way. Oh, no, that's bad. Yeah, we'll need a ground pound through here eventually, but we might as well get rid of these small chops while we're doing it. Why don't you just ground pound while riding Yoshi is? I should have been asking myself all along. Oh, here we go. Let me just finish with him.
Mario #1! Woohoo!
Tough Tailbone Dungeon. Followed by some one-screen puzzles after that. Okay, that'll be fun. Don't know how long I can stay today, but we will try to push through. Whoops. Oh, hang on.
Oh no!
Loving the wall jumps immediately. And then, yeah, I think we do need to just maintain momentum there too. Get up above that.
Oh no!
And maintain momentum here. And yeah, we do need to hit as many pounds as we can over here, otherwise we do get kind of squished and
Oh no!
lose access at this point. One moment, just need to take care of something quickly. I'll be right back. Okay, we do have to cut off, unfortunately. I do have something that is calling my attention. Did want to push through a little bit further today, but that's okay. We'll be continuing to get through this set over the course of the week. And I think we're not quite at the halfway point yet, looking at the scroll bar on the right, and I was really looking forward to getting right into the one screens today, but we will have to get to that in the next session. And quite a lot ahead of us. I think definitely some very interesting things that we saw already today. Over the top puzzle dungeon, like I said, we have to check this in the Maker 2 editor to see what the interaction is there, because I'm pretty sure this doesn't work. And yeah, Spiny Belly Vermicelli I think really stood out as well. I mean, a lot of these were kind of interesting conceptual experiments right off the bat in 2015, but definitely some fun ones in the mix. Anyway, too bad about the sort of unfortunate interruption today, but I do have the unusual circumstance of having to take off a bit earlier than planned, so we'll leave things here. We'll resume right here almost certainly tomorrow, and for the time being we'll send you folks off somewhere else. Cheers once again to the Neon Nightmare for the raid much earlier in the stream and for bringing some people over, and for everybody else, thanks for your company and all the chatter today and conversation. Thanks for dropping by, and I hope you come back to enjoy even more Maker 1 in the days ahead. We'll be sending you folks off onto some other destination very, very shortly, as soon as I've determined who. We'll usually check first to see if there's anything going on in Maker 1 other than here. Oh, have I been in the Maker 2 category this whole time? I totally forgot to configure this to the right category on stream today. That's unfortunate. We need to fix that. Anyway. Oh yeah, okay. That was something I totally didn't notice until just now. Well, we'll try not to make that mistake next time. I just totally forgot to switch it from the last stream. Anyway, there's no one running 0% at the moment, I think, so we'll send you folks off to someplace else. Thank you once again for dropping by, and enjoy your next destination, wherever it may be. As always, fare thee well.